Distractions, they're everywhere. I have a deadline, things that I have to get done, and then there are more important tasks that have to be done, and yet there are all these little things that call to me, that nag at me. They draw me away. I go to get a resource and find there's something out of place, and so I put it back, and the next thing I know, I'm cleaning my office. Do these things need to get done? Yes. But in their proper time and in the right order of priority. I could clean my office all week long and never get around to preparing a sermon for Sunday. I could easily spend my week visiting the congregation and not have anything to feed them on Sunday. Distractions. They're not usually bad things, they're just not the important things. They're the things of life that rob us of life. They're the things that may have to get done, but should not require all of our time. They're what happens when we fail to remind ourselves of what is truly important and purposely steer our lives in that direction. When we're not steering, we float with the tide. We're under a deadline, all of us. We have only one life to live and a limited amount of time to serve Christ. Someday, He will return and demand an account. And that day will come sooner than we think, like a thief in the night. When He comes, will we be ready? Will He find us working for Him? Or will that be one of those things that we meant to get around to? Will the distractions of life have derailed us from serving Jesus? Or will we have disciplined ourselves to follow Him in all things? Which is more important, the job or the family you do it for? Are the sports events on Sunday mornings vital or distractions? Are family devotions important or distractions? Is time with your spouse, date night perhaps, important or a distraction? I do get distracted. Even while I was writing this, I got sidetracked by email. But at some point, as I'm blundering through menial tasks, I have to remind myself about the important tasks which I have yet to do and discipline myself to set aside the distractions or reschedule them for another time and force myself to focus on the true task at hand. Jesus is coming. Even if He doesn't come in our lifetime, we have only so much time. Will we accomplish what God is calling us to do? Are the things that consume our time right now of lasting value? Are there important accomplishments which we're putting off? Jesus said, "Who then is the faithful and wise manager whom the master puts in charge of his servants to give them their food and allowance at the proper time? It will be good for that servant whom the master finds doing so when he returns. Truly, I tell you, he will put him in charge of all his possessions." How will you manage the gifts God has entrusted to you this week? I'm Pastor Jeff Collins, and I want to encourage you to make it a great week.